ABC of governance. Decentralization. Alexis de Tocqueville on decentralization. De Tocqueville believed decentralization was important for democracy, as it allowed individuals to have a greater say in their own government. The efforts of individuals combined with society achieve what the most energetic administration fails to achieve. He recognized potential pitfalls, such as lack of coordination and efficiency. How can liberty be upheld in great matters among many who have not learned to make use of it in small ones? Therefore, a balance is necessary to distribute power among different levels of government. Blockchain decentralization is often illustrated by types of network. Centralized networks depend on one node. Decentralized networks are built from a hierarchy of nodes. Distributed networks connect each node equally. In 2017, Vitalik, Buterin identified 3 types of blockchain decentralization: architectural, political, and logical. Architectural decentralization is sensitive to how many physical computers is a system made up of, and how many of those computers can it tolerate breaking down at any single time. Political decentralization. How many individuals or organizations ultimately control the computers that the system is made up of. Logical decentralization. Does the interface and data structures that the system presents and maintains look more like a single monolithic object, or an amorphous swarm? Decomposition. One simple heuristic is, if you cut the system in half, including both providers and users, will both halves continue to fully operate as independent units? Buterin concluded that blockchains should be politically decentralized, no one controls them. Architecturally decentralized, no infrastructural central point of failure. But they are logically centralized, there is one commonly agreed state, and the system behaves like a single computer. How can decentralization be measured? The Edinburgh Decentralization Index, which is based at the University of Edinburgh and is supported by IOHK, intends to dissect blockchain systems into multiple decentralization layers to enable consistent measurement in each one. These 8 layers include: 1. Hardware diversity in manufacturers of mining equipment and cloud hosting. 2. Software diversity of software products and development teams. 3. Network decentralization on the micro level of a specific node's network access, and the macro level of the overall network's topology. 4. Consensus evaluates the consensus mechanism and categorizes systems based on the mode of participation they allow. 5. Economics evaluates hazards of a centralized initial token distribution, subsequent control of the tokens by few investors, and centralization in few secondary markets. 6. API interaction with the blockchain's API services and the overall efficiency and scalability of a blockchain. 7. Governance, how peers propose and decide on system improvements and funding allocation. And 8. Geography, the geographic and jurisdictional distribution of blockchain systems. What are the pros and cons of decentralization? Some pros are: enhanced security, which relies on extensive node connections and a robust distributed network. Improved transparency, which is sensitive to how consensus is built or delegated to. Greater privacy, depends upon safe code, testnets and distributed use of wallets. And no central authority. Decentralized governance is sought as an ideal, but is hard to achieve in practice. Some cons are: scalability, requiring consensus from every node before any transaction can be executed can lead to slow transaction speeds and increased network congestion. Lack of regulation, not being regulated by any central authority, can lead to legal and political intervention. Energy consumption, maintaining a copy of each node on the network can consume a significant amount of computing power and electricity. Higher costs, maintaining a copy of the blockchain ledger can increase hardware and storage costs. How can we overcome these challenges and build a decentralized future? ABC of Governance, a QA-DAO project.